Yeah, how are we? You bunch of rude boys. Hope everyone is sound. Welcome back to the channel. It's been it's been a while. I'm not sure how long it's been, but it feels like it's been too long. I've missed you. I really have. I've been caught up in the Instagram, TikTok side of things recently, and it's melted my brain. Getting a bit bored of it all, to be honest. So I thought, let's get the long form content back. So I actually have like my cognitive function. Today is a Monday, which means two things. One is my check-in day. As I was saying, first point, it's my check-in day with my coach, the egg. I don't actually know if he likes being called that. I remember for a while everyone was calling him the egg, then no one said it for a while. So Christian, checking in with him, and then I'm just working through the brain's melting. I'm working through check-ins, because that's what you do when you're a coach. It'd be a bit weird if I wasn't. So I'm going to head up to the desk now and run through that. Run through my check-in, run through the team's check-ins, and it's a training day. We're in for push, mate. So let's go. I'm going to take today's check-in photos from this phone and put them on screen, mates, because I am an editing mastermind. So, scale weight this morning, 199.8. This off-season so far has been very productive, started at 180. Now on average at that 200 mark. However, I've been at that 200 mark for 3 weeks or so now. It's like my body has hit 200 pounds and gone, nah mate, you're not going north of there. It's been pretty much a case of making adjustments every single week to try and drive that scale weight up. But at the minute, my body's just burning through all these nutritional adjustments. So when it comes down to my current targets, we'll start with non-training day, also known as a rest day. 200 protein, 675 carb, 60 fat, fibre between 30 and 40. When it comes down to protein and fats, these are from direct sources. So that 200 grams of protein on that non-training day is coming from fish, chicken, beef, whey. Don't know why fish pops into my head straight away. That's like the thing I eat the least of. And then same again for fats, direct sources. So that's 60 grams of fat from your nut butters, your olive oils, your dark chocolates. When it comes down to carb, that is net. So just the accumulation of everything. So trace sources factored in. When it comes down to training day, 215 protein, 750 carb, 60 fat, fibre again between that 30 and 40. So it's a good amount of food, there's no doubt about that. But appetite's still there, digestion's still good. So I do have the ability to eat more food, and it will be the case of that. Just eating to your needs. And it gets like that in the off season. It gets very, very uncomfortable, but I'm gonna have to get it done in order to drive this scale weight up. Last time I was 200 pounds and tried to put a photo on the screen, I had a way better tan than I do now, so that's a bit of a win. That's because I was abusing the sunbeds, mate. But I felt awful outside the gym, in the gym, horrendous chafe, looked like a water buffalo. This time round, feel good outside the gym, in the gym, still a horrendous chafe, but that's expected. And less water buffalo like. It's not a good start to the day, mate. About to start checking and I can barely talk to a camera. But that's the update. I'll talk a bit more about it later when it comes down to training setup and all that jazz. But for now, I am going to get into these check-ins. How are we, my man? We're recording, we are live. Let's get into it. There's a little microphone. You can see it in shot, mate. The YouTube's back. I don't know if I'll clip this in or not. I just need to make everyone aware that this is the best coaching service around. Anyway, let's get into it. Enough rambling from myself. We did bank some calories for some alcoholic beverages on the weekend, and I don't have a problem with that as long as it's just not like a common occurrence. It was it the Saturday, man? Yeah, Saturday. So it's around there to there, so that's sound. But we know, like, banking calories for this is not going to aid in performance and recovery. We've held that, so that's our new low set point, which is fantastic. Nutritional accuracy on point. Activity targets hit really well, mate. No issues there. We're not going to load, of course, any lower body push movements for a while. The first lower body movements I would introduce is like your leg extensions, your seated leg curls, your lying leg curls, where that input pad can be considerably higher than the ankle joint. That's the best thing we can do there. But we're not going to be loading anything where we put pressure through that foot. Sensational. All checking's done, all 10 boxed off. I've edited a few in, not the full checking because that would be a bit weird, mate. There is a level of client confidentiality that comes into play. But all checking's done. I've already said that, mate. Brain's melted a bit. I've done a lot of talking. But I'm going to remove myself from this workspace, head downstairs and get... Can you see my hands in the bottom? This weird hand gestures. And get my pre-workout meal. And then the next time you'll see me is in my automobile heading to the gymnasium. Because like filming yourself eating makes you feel a bit weird, mate. Yeah. What's the lighting like? Hopefully it's half decent. I've kind of figured out how to use this bit of technology. But we're in the automobile, about to go and train. I'm not going to record any beer on the way there because that's dangerous, mate. But I'll see you in the gym. Welcome to the training part of the video. This is going to be a voiceover because DJ copyright was out in full force again, mate. Last time I recorded the full video in the gym, spoke within the gymnasium, done a beautiful edit. It was liquid, I couldn't use it. I was heartbroken. Anyway, let's get into it. So this is my push A session. This is my first session back post-deload. So this session consisted of 50% volume while intensity remaining at roughly 0 reps in reserve. Now, the previous training block was 8 weeks. Serious shift, mate. I know what you're thinking. You're a machine. And I agree. But we pull back potentially a week early just to make sure we weren't like absolutely in the bin and need to take like 10 days off to recover. So pull back after week 8, took 7 days off, we're now back to training. This Smith machine setup, by the way, as you can see there, when you're doing it, make sure that everything aligns properly. I see it all the time. People pressing within a Smith machine and that bench isn't even center. Or like the path motion of the bar isn't even aligning nicely with what you're trying to target. So do keep that in mind. But this session went pretty well, to be fair. The reason I approached my first week back at 50% volume is just to get back into things without writing myself off. I've done it so many times. I've gone back to the gym, first week back, full volume, and I feel like I need to deload again after week 1. Aye. It's not a pretty sight, mate. So first week, 50%, assess where recovery's at and then go full volume if everything's good from the second week, and it always is. I've never been in a position where I've gone into that second week and thought, actually, I'm not ready for this full volume stuff yet. It's just the way I like to run things. And for anyone who is wondering, training day calories are still implemented, even though training demands are slightly lower. Bodyweight dips, mate, range of behaviour. Into the pec deck, practicing my hugging, mate. You got to be a good hugger. There's no doubt about that. But with regards to game plan moving forward into this training block, no adjustments, everything's staying the same. There's no need to change anything. Get your words out. Last training block, very productive. Current training plan meets my needs to a T. So there's no need to make adjustments. It really is a case of just playing that game of rinse and repeat. If you're curious of like the full training split, like exactly what I'm doing week in, week out, just drop me a DM on Instagram and I'll fire the link to the training document so you can see exactly how I'm setting up my training week. Don't hide any secrets here, mate. Nothing magical about training plans. But yeah, we won't be changing this training plan for a very long time, mate. So it consisted of started lateral raises, incline dumbbell press, Smith press, bodyweight dips, range of behaviour, pec deck. Now we move into our technically dual rope push down, but I perform with a daisy chain and 2 cuffs because I'm bougie, mate. Cuffs give me a larger surface area, so my little baby hands don't hurt. The thing is with these voiceovers, like I'm back from training, I've showered my sweaty body, I've edited this and I'm about to start my next work block, and I'm like, I don't really know what to say. I'm just training, mate. I feel like if you've watched my content for a while, whether that be on Instagram or on here, you would know how I train anyway. And in all fairness, with social media, you're told how to train, how to eat, when to deload. Like, you're told everything you need to know to make progress. So when I'm making these videos, it's not from like an educational standpoint, because that's boring, mate. It's mainly just to give you an update, a bit of long form content. It's a bit more personal, isn't it? Because like I said, Instagram and TikTok just feels like an empty place. By the way, I perform my lateral raises after my arm work, because if I do my lateral raises before my arm work, like directly before, my shoulders are fully blown. I find it very, very hard to stabilize things. Like, I'm trying to do a tricep push down and this shoulder's just like inflamed, like 50 psi. I'm trying to do a standing diagonal cable curl and this shoulder's just got no ability to create stability around that joint motion. It's not a fun time. There's a difference between having the lateral raise at the start, because that lateral raise is so far away from that arm work. But if it's close together, like you got like 2 arms and a lateral raise, you got 2 arms. I hope you got 2 arms, 2 arm exercises and a lateral raise. Do the lateral raise after. Anyway, that is going to be the video. My hair was awful after the shower. It might still be horrendous. But anyway, that is the video. We're back on a weekly basis. Hopefully you rate the content. Remember to like, subscribe, comment if you're feeling dangerous. And I'll see you in the next one.